Hi, welcome to Nerdy Drunk Episode 4. It is Friday, June 26, 2009. Today I am going to be tasting two different beers from Long Trail Brewing Company out of Bridgewater's Corners, Vermont. I would like to thank my friend Jason for providing me these. The first one that I am going to try will be the Long Trail Ale in the style of an alt beer. The second one that I will try will be the Long Trail Hefeweizen, obviously a wheat beer. Okay, the first beer that I am going to try is going to be the Long Trail Ale. This, since it is an ale, it is a top fermented beer. This beer is in the style of a German alt beer, or also known as an old beer due to its longer conditioning cycle. Traditionally, it would be served in a slender cylinder glass, which would usually be a little longer. I have a shorter version here for the tasting. Again, like I said in my previous episodes, just taking your time and pouring it slowly. Oops, a little much there. Good. Nice, clean, crisp, golden color. Nice, actually golden head. Very good amount of head too. Very sweet. Not sugary sweet, malty sweet. Not quite maple syrup. Surprisingly clean, smooth. Quite enjoyable. Again, that's the Long Trail Ale. That one averages about 6% alcohol by volume. I can see how this would be really good with wild game, a good venison steak. The second beer I am going to try tonight is going to be the Long Trail Hefeweizen. Hefeweizen stands for a yeast wheat beer. This one is about 5%. This one's going to be a lot more cloudy because of the yeast, and also you're going to get a lot more of a citrus flavor out of this beer. I will first pour this beer relatively clean, not having a lot of sediment, and then I will try it again after I swirl the glass and put some of the sediment in to attempt to change the flavor. The beer pours not quite as copper, a little bit more golden than copper. The head is a little bit whiter. It is definitely a little bit cloudy. Ooh. Definitely a little bit of spice. Which spice? Maybe nutmeg, clove type of Christmas spices. Excuse me. Noticeable spice out of it. I don't pick up anything too specific other than general spice. A lot of the spices that you might end up tasting out of a Hefeweizen beer are going to be sometimes clove, cinnamon, nutmeg, maybe coriander. I definitely get some citrus flavor out of this beer. Not quite so much lemon, more so a little bit of orange. I'm going to now try with a little bit more yeast. As for the glass itself, traditionally you would serve this in a Weizen glass. Unfortunately, all the ones I have are for really, really ridiculously large wet beers, so beer wouldn't quite fit in the glass. A little bit more cloudy, a little bit darker. Definitely some sediment on the bottom. Not much of a change in flavor, definitely a change in texture. Adding the light amount of yeast, the beer does become a little bit more creamy texture-wise. It ends up being just a little bit thicker, but not syrupy. So, as I mentioned before, the Weizen glass, all the ones that I have are much bigger. It's going to be a little bit flared at the bottom, a little bit skinnier neck, with the big, almost, I guess you could say, bell on the top. This is a ½ liter glass for the Sierra Nevada wheat beer. Thank you for watching episode 4 of Nerdy Drunk, where I tasted a couple beers from Long Trail Brewery out of Bridgewater's Corners, Vermont. Again, the first beer I had was the Long Trail Ale in the style of an alt beer at about 6%. The second beer I had was the Long Trail Hefeweizen at about 5%. Both pretty decent beers. If you happen to be in an area where they're served, give them a try. You might enjoy them. Again, thank you for watching episode 4. I hope you've been visiting the website. I had quite a few videos from some beer dinners that I went to. I hope you've been watching and enjoying those. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them at the website. Email them to me through the link on the website, or you can contact me in any of the other social networking ways. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of them are linked on the Nerdy Drunk website. Have a good beer. So much easier when I can edit later. This is going to usually be served in a taller, slender glass. I just have a sampler of that, known as a stange or stange. Slender cylinder. Pretty. Wow. Closing. I think I like the alt beer better. Discontinuity.